See, that's the piece. Cudi was definitely acting funny here.
Yeah.
Because for you to bring up Lupe in the interview, you know you've been moving funny.
Yep.
And basically, Lupe should have a problem with you. Rap Life Review, we back, man. It's cold outside, man.
The Cold series has been amazing.
You like it?
I love it.
On my Instagram, so I'm gonna tell y'all how this started. And by the way, that's Low Nadeska. I'm Ebro, and I'm being cozy right now. I'm in my cozy era. It started because, you know, when you go out, I go out with my lady, she always want me to take pictures of her. She don't care about me at all, but it's like, get some pictures of me. I don't get to go anywhere. I like this outfit. So, all right, cool. I'm that boy. I'm that, you know, boyfriend, husband, fiance, whatever, that's trying to get the angle and fucking try to flash and do the whole shit. But anyway, she's always like, how come you don't post pictures of your outfit? I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck about my outfit. She's like, yo, you be wearing fire shit. Like, everybody thinks you don't really have heat. And I was like, well, I don't really give a fuck what people think. Like,
Lowkey.
Low-key, I
You
care.
put some thought into the outfits. We see it,
No,
and
I
we
like
appreciate
I like
you
my
just
gear.
You don't throw it up on Instagram.
Yeah, but I don't do like fit checks.
You like your gear for you.
I just like my shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really have to like feel. But anyway, she started, so I'd be getting out of the car and she'd be like, stand right there. and so that's how it started. So then she was like, post that. So I started posting it, but I didn't really have like a thing to say.
Yeah.
So the pictures was just, it was cold outside and I had a jacket on. She liked my jacket, so I just started saying cold.
It's perfect.
Which was, you know, because my outfit is cold. You know what I'm saying?
You never got to do too much with the captions, you know?
New music that's out, Fredo Bang, big up. Fabio Meek Mill. Conway the Machine, Cool and Dre, Joey Badass back outside gearing up for a new album. Finesse 2 times, Rick Ross. Did you guys follow this Finesse 2 times and rappers having a problem with him because he done gave 2 different rappers the
I
same
saw
verse?
that. I don't know what songs they were, but yeah, I seen a lot of on his head for that.
They was upset.
Yeah.
He just delivered the 2 identical, the same verse.
To do
Two
the
different
just,
artists.
Just to see who would drop it first, or?
I don't know what happened. See,
Yeah, I don't know
think
the
that
process.
might have been
That could have
part
been
of
it.
Where he was like, I don't know, I forgot what I gave to the other guy.
Yo, that's actually kind of amazing.
Maybe it could have been a theory of like one guy was taking too long. It could have been that.
And that happens.
Right. So
Because
like,
it happens, we see it with producers, right? Where a
right.
producer will get somebody a song and
they
be like,
take too
wow.
long.
Couple years,
So it's
hear
like,
nothing.
I ain't letting this verse go to waste.
Right.
I'm gonna give it to somebody else.
So
Respect it.
Maybe that's what I hope that's what
That's
it is.
actually a pretty good strategy. I respect that.
Yeah, I hope that's what it is.
that could be what it is. Could not be. It could also be Finesse 2 times out here finessing.
That's his name. So it's like, yeah, in theory, you probably
He should do. I honestly, to be on brand, he should do it more often. If we keep it at 100,
you gonna get that boy's head knocked off. Don't do that.
you should do it more often.
He gonna do it to the wrong artist.
Nah, man, come on. If you got Finesse 2 times, that's like a badge of honor.
It's just part of the rollout plan. I like it.
Because then, if 2 people get the same verse, then people got to go look and find out who got the other verse, and it automatically brings promo to your record.
The finesse part is not.
Coachella Gov Ball. Are you guys excited? The lineups are out. On Coachella, you got Tyler, you got Uzi Vert, Skepta, Ice Spice, Doja Cat, Yachty, Coyle Ray, Nav, some of the hip-hop artists on there. Gov Ball over here in New York area, June 7th to the 9th. You got 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Post Malone, Don Toliver.
21 and Post Malone co-headlining is cool.
Yep.
They get to
Yeah,
do
I
Rockstar
might-
together, hopefully.
I might check that one.
That'd be a
out.
moment.
That looks pretty fun.
Gov Ball.
Yeah.
More than Coachella.
Yes. Way
See,
more.
I'm leaning on towards Coachella.
Because
I
Doja
love
Cat.
Skepta live. I like Tyler live. Doja Cat's a great show.
Tyler Live is crazy.
Uzi Vert is a movie. His fans go crazy, so that's something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, look, shout out to both. But here's a real question I have, and I think we're all probably festivaled out
Yes.
throughout the years. Do you see people still getting excited? Not the hoopla online, not all of the marketing, but do you guys hear from people who are still planning to go to festivals?
I have a couple friends who pop up. I think it's like Gov Ball. I don't know anybody who's like necessarily going, if that even exists anymore. We were talking about Bonnaroo. Like, I've been camping at Bonnaroo when I was younger. I loved it. I don't know if people are doing that anymore. But yeah, also I think it's festivals are cool when you're in your 20s, no? Early 20s, mid-20s,
Yeah,
late
like,
teens. I feel like after that.
Unless we're working or unless I'm hosting something or unless I'm just like have access, it's just like I'm not waiting for these lineup to drop and like copping the tickets. It's like we did it already, like, Made in America, something in the water. Like those things were more fun. Like you said earlier, like that's like the most fun you've had.
Yeah, Something in the Water is probably my favorite festival next to the heights of Afro punk.
Yeah.
I tend to have more fun at a festival when it feels like it's rooted in something of purpose beyond just getting high and seeing artists.
It makes sense. And Pharrell is curating a lineup and
right, and
everything
it was for
around
Virginia
it.
Beach,
right.
and I went the year that it was like Chris Brown,
that was
Trey
the first
Songz, the first year.
Yeah.
Missy, Timbaland, Pharrell, SZA.
Yep.
Like everybody was like, yo, we putting on for Virginia
Yep.
because all this great music has come out of Virginia, and it was on the beach in Virginia.
Yep.
It was just, it was a great time.
That was 2 days, right?
Yeah, it was 2 days.
Yeah, I went to both days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a vibe.
Is it a festival if it's only one day?
I look at it as a festival because it's how many stages.
So if there's multiple
If
stages.
there's multiple stages, I would deem that as a festival.
All right.
And the variety of artists as well.
Meaning it's not just one style.
Yeah. It's an array of styles and artists. So yeah, that's a festival for me. 1 or 2 days.
Okay. I've always had an issue with artists who think that they are more popular because they've done festivals, but I've never actually seen you do your own tour. Right? Because when you go to festivals, there's artists be like, yo, I'm on this, and that's an accomplishment. Not taking nothing away from that. It's an accomplishment to be booked on a festival.
Right.
But then you look at these lineups, and there's 9,000 motherfuckers on this lineup. So are people coming to see you, or are they just coming to see the festival? So I can't really give you complete props for just having your name listed in with a bunch of other people, because fans are just going because they want to be with their friends outside getting high.
Like whoever artist you're talking about, if you look at their set, then you can determine who's there to see that person. Like if that set has a lot of people watching, has a lot of...
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you go out there and you see like, oh, okay, boom.
Then I'm like, yeah, I get it.
But a lot of times I've definitely gone to festivals and people really be acting like they big out here, and you get to their stage and you're like, nah. And then they show it on Instagram and they
like,
never
look
actually
at all
show
these
the crowd.
people here. Like, nah, they're not. It's not
Or
just you.
or they say, look at all these people and be
like,
like, bro, they not there.
There's like 19 other artists after you.
The true test
So
is,
it's like-
when there's multiple stages, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
If there's like a bigger artist or someone people want to see more and they clear out your stage entirely to see them, sometimes the timing is just tough. Or there's nobody big on, so people who may not know you come to check out your stage. I think the best way for an upcoming artist to look as a festival is just like practice, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the toughest crowds you're going to
Or
perform
meet new fans.
Exactly.
Yeah,
New fans, people who have never heard of you before.
Meet
like,
other artists.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you can't sell your own tickets to your own tour, to your own show, I won't be talking like these festivals is really, because they not there for y'all. They there
To have fun.
with their friends.
Yeah.
How much are artists
sometimes-
getting paid for festivals? Do you know? Like obviously the headliners, right?
that's-
But what
yeah,
The
about
numbers got crazy. I don't know about the smaller numbers, but definitely if you're big, if you have a,
If you're headlining.
if they can, if you're a headliner, you're getting some serious bags.
Yeah.
From what I'm told. Big up Vince Staples. The Vince Staples show is here.
Finally.
I'm a Vince Staples fan.
Me too.
finally? Listen, I've been saying forever he's since like I don't know, someone like Cam. Cam is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's very few artists who are smart and hilarious as Vince Staples. I feel like he should have have a comedy series. Should have been like 5 years
I
running
think
already.
like, it's just the way he articulates shit. Just like he has a great way of looking at shit that we don't pay attention to. So I think this show is gonna put that on a bigger scale.
Well, I'm gonna love this because it's satirical tales portrayed by Vince, loosely based on his life. And my guy Kenya Barris is the executive producer, and the show's coming February 15th.
Still,
Nice.
And I know Vince has been working on this for like a few years.
Yeah, not surprised.
So I'm all the way into this.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm into, who knew Lupe and Kid Cudi had problems?
the most boring problems you've ever heard of.
The only funny thing about that is Lupe saying, I hate Kid Cudi so much I'm getting a migraine. Like that's the funniest part I took out of this entire experience.
So
Well, no, let me just say the actual tweet from Lupe.
Yeah, what was
I want to beat this
Oh,
nigga
yeah,
so
yeah,
bad
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting a migraine.
Yeah.
Ah,
That was a funny
So
thing.
it all took place, or what we're seeing started with a sit down with Kid Cudi and Zane Lowe.
Right.
And Kid Cudi obviously promoting his new album, Insano. Here's the clip of Kid Cudi talking about Lupe and hiding in the basement at the Bape store.
2009, my debut album came out. Like just a year before, I was working a 9 to 5.
In New York?
Yeah, at the Bape store, just like out here.
Anyone ever come through?
Kurt Franklin came through one time. I also had like this phobia that rappers would come into the store and like see me working there and then have beef with me later and bring up the fact like, you sold me clothes. So like, I would always like hide in the stock room.
Who did you hide from?
So like, and this is funny, but we're laughing about this, right? Lupe Fiasco came to the store one day. He was in the store, I was in the back, and they was like, yo, Lupe's here. I was like, oh shit. Stayed down the stairs, waited till he left. And I was like, yo, what you down here for? And I explained it to my dude, same way I explained it to you. I was like, yo, bro, if I get famous one day, right, I don't ever want this saying like, yo, you sold me clothes, you my son. You know what I'm saying? We can't have that. Like, this was my explanation.
When I first saw that clip, I was like, ain't no way Lupe and Kid Cudi got beef because Kid Cudi hid in the...
Makes zero sense, right?
But what is the actual...
The actual issue. All right.
Yeah.
So again, I just want to preface this by saying super boring beef, but I will give you the rundown. So of course, Lupe got on Twitter and basically explained that back in the day, early in Cudi's career, he was having a lot of issues, personal problems, industry problems. He just reached out on some peer-to-peer shit to be like, are you good? And Cudi never got back to him. Then he got a bunch of spam tweets about him taking money from fans for beats.
Yep.
And said multiple times he tried reaching out to Cudi again, and it was just crickets.
Yep.
And then come to find out, Cudi was... What? He was scared about Lupe seeing him at the Bape store because then rappers wouldn't fuck with him later. And Lupe's like, are you nuts? Whose job shading you? Like, also, is working at the Bape store really such a bad job?
No.
Like, that's not the kind of job you need to hide from.
Back
what are you talking
when
about?
that time, I remember Kid Cudi working out at the Bape store. Shout out to Vashti also.
Yep.
Having a job at the Bape store at that time was
that shit
like
was super on brand for him too. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. This is the dumbest story of all time,
not only like,
here.
are you gonna meet other motherfuckers in there, but you're gonna get discounts or free shit or whatever the case
Get a
is.
plug.
Yeah, so I'm like, why would you be ashamed of that? And why would Lupe even look at you like that?
Well, no, but it turns out Lupe wasn't.
No,
Kid Cudi had went on the internet hating on Lupe because talking about Lupe owed people money for verses.
So that's the confusing part. So Lupe reaches out to try to see if he's good, and then does that offend Cudi somehow? That's still the missing piece of the puzzle for me.
Well, no. It says here, Lupe said that he reached out just to make sure he was good.
Yeah, multiple times.
And Cudi tweets me out of nowhere and asks, what are you going to do with the money from those verses? I'm taken aback, and I'm thinking he playing, so I respond with, what you going to do with the money from those $1,500 Zanati collabs? He had just done a collab with them around the same time. Now, follow this part carefully. Fast forward, I'm on Twitter offering my fans a personal verse for like $500. You pick the beat, the concept, I rap it.
Yeah.
Make the dope one-of-one art package for it. No copies, just the one you own. People vibing with it. Boom. Fast forward, he mentions that in an interview. Every time I see Cudi, I ask if he's good. Plus, I'm a fan of this. I'm happy to see him rise. Time passes. Next time I see him at a LA show, it's me, A$AP Rocky, and a few others. Again, same energy, love. So he's wondering basically why you was in my DMs talking crazy, but then when I see you out, you acting like it's love.
He said up until recently he wouldn't get on the phone with him.
Yep.
When they do festivals, he'll duck him. He can't go to his stage. So Lupe's basically been trying to reach out, and it's been crickets. And then randomly he does this interview with Zane and brings up the Bape store thing. So I think the most hilarious part of this whole thing is Cudi finally tweeting, love you, sorry if I hurt you, life is too short. Hope you can find it in your heart to get past this. Lupe says,
all I needed.
All I needed.
On
and
second
then,
thought.
21 minutes later.
That ain't enough.
It's not enough.
Talk about spinning the block for an apology. Like, nah, brother, I need some more.
Yeah, this is one of the...
Then they did get on the phone.
Okay.
I
I don't know why. I just wish it happened. Like, we didn't need to see all this. Like, I didn't need to read this soap opera just for them to get on the phone.
I did.
I didn't need to, like...
I did. I needed to understand how this happened. I wanted all of it. Because, first of all, I don't think a lot of people want to smoke with Lupe. That's in the physical form. He break out that sword on your punk ass, you finish. And
the lyrical form.
Yeah. Then, not only that, but, you know, it just wasn't we didn't know that this existed. And so for Cudi to be in an interview with Zane and bring up Lupe,
Yeah.
knowing
How Lupe feels.
because see, that's the piece. Cudi was definitely acting funny here.
Yeah.
Because for you to bring up Lupe in the interview, you know you've been moving funny.
Yep.
And basically, Lupe should have a problem with you.
So you think this was guilt? The guilt speaking? He just wanted to
I
clear
don't
the
know.
air
I don't know
once
if
for
it's.
all?
I don't know if it's guilt, but
I don't
the
know if
fact
it's
that
guilt, but he knew it was something.
he was playing around with him. Like he was playing in his face because,
that's
like
very
he said,
silly.
like this man's been trying to reach out to you for years. Y'all been in the same places plenty of times, and the energy is just different. So now when you go to this, and you start saying this shit to be funny. It's like, fam, I've been trying to keep it 100 with you for years, and this is what I hear from you.
Right.
Like that's the part that pissed him off. Like it pissed me off too.
Well, and I think also, too, Cudi trying to act like he was hiding from Lupe because Lupe was going to bring up some shit later on. Lupe was like, bro, what?
Like of all rappers
places.
who would do that too. I mean, maybe
But
there's
both.
some artists who are petty enough who would do that.
Lupe, yeah,
you were
he's
worried
not.
about Lupe. He's not the one.
Now,
You
if you-
can't push
now,
Lupe.
if
Doesn't
he
make any
was-
sense. It just doesn't make sense.
If he was working at Pizza Hut, maybe.
Listen, fam, if you working to do your creative, take the L and just be a dope creative.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
it.
saying? People got to work. But, you know, Kid Cudi, I don't know, is looking real funny in the light on this one.
Just the hiding part is just ridiculous.
But I'm glad they got it cleaned up.
Yeah, that's the most important part.
And I just want to read this again because it was funny. Kid Cudi is a bitch and continues to be a bitch. Ain't nobody finna bring up he used to work at the Bape store to diss his bitch ass for having a regular job before he was a famous bitch with a cool job.
Bro, I saw
Yo,
that.
I don't even know that Lupe, man.
I saw that tweet. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what? And then it just started.
I want to beat this up so bad I'm getting a migraine.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all weekend.
It should be noted, Kid Cudi did actually write a long apology after getting off the phone with Lupe. Just talked to Lupe, had a great talk. I know I was wrong, and I told him I shouldn't have did that fuck shit I did.
Yep.
I called myself looking out for the fans in the moment, but in reality, I was just hating. I apologized, and he accepted it, which I appreciated for real. I understand the anger and the vitriol he had for me all these years, and I wasn't mature enough to step up and just have a conversation and admit I was wrong. We as black men need to be united. He always had love for me, always supported me. I shouldn't have did him like that. I want to thank my guy, IBN, for setting the call up, and you, the fans, for being real with me and urging us to speak. We are good now. Brand new journey. At Lupe Fiasco. See you soon, brother. Boom.
That's how you end it.
Well, that takes all the fun out of this.
Yeah.
All right.
What you mean? No, it was good. It was a good little run while it lasted.
Yeah, I just wanted to see more migraine tweets. Those are
What you think? You think most Def and Drake, both nice guys, they could piece it up?
I mean, there's no issue right there. That was
No,
clearly
Drake
an issue.
I'm sure Drake didn't like what most Def had to say about him being, kind of
course,
a part
but
of the.
what-
Is it a lie?
What
consumerism
conversation
culture.
is there to really have
Is it a
about
lie?
that?
Was he lying?
I don't know if that's Drake. Well,
No, he wasn't lying, and that's not a bad thing.
it's not that. It's not about a lie. Sometimes it's just like, you have someone like Drake who's trying to be the best creative version of himself. He is trying to be all things to all people, which is why he has so many SKUs. But that doesn't mean he's doing it out of just like on some consumerism. That's Drake trying to contribute to music and culture in a Drake has contributed to music and culture in a positive way and contributed to hip hop in a positive way.
We-
you might not like certain songs. You might say
We
because
say-
of his
we say
success,
that-
which hip hop always does, we turn our back on somebody who's super successful and calls them and used to call them sellouts or they sold out just because the world gravitated to what they were doing. It's not as if Drake went out and made like these uber pop records like
But no one's blaming
Give
him
me
for
one
that.
like
no one's blaming
Drake don't
him.
have a David Guetta record. Drake ain't ran out here and got the
Who's blaming him for any of this shit?
what's the mother DJ?
Oh, Calvin Harris?
Yeah, Calvin Harris.
Hey,
I like those records.
Hey.
It's not
I like- I
shade.
like
It's
Calvin
not
Har- I
shade.
like Calvin Harris.
I'm just saying those records are purposefully
Done.
super pop records. Drake's never done none of that.
Migos has done that. Calvin Harris has some.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Amazing.
saying, but
Yeah,
y'all know
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Fine, you just should have stopped at David Guetta. I thought we were just arguing about nothing now. All right.
All I'm saying is Drake has made an effort to just make great songs.
We know
Yeah,
that.
he has.
We never said he
So I
did.
think Drake and Mos Def could piece it up. I think Drake is
There's
just,
no issue there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally no issue. That was a clear issue. You calling me bitch online. Like, he just said that
Lupe did do that. He down now. Yeah.
that he was pop. All right, cool. Moving on.
I've never actually. I've only met Cudi on a couple of occasions, so I don't really know him like that. But
Second thought, homie.
yeah,
I need more.
man, listen. We appreciate all y'all. It's been the Rap Life Review. Stay warm. I'm hearing this cold down in the South too. Like I heard parts of Florida getting the frost.
Oh, word?
Parts of Texas getting the frost.
So you can take the fits anywhere. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
cold.
Crazy.
Cold. See y'all next week, man.
What's up, y'all? Nadeska here. I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Rap Life Review. Listen, if you agreed or disagreed with anything we said, I think you should hit that like button. You can also subscribe so you never miss a new episode. And most importantly, if you want to get in the conversation, hit us in the comments below and we'll get back to you on next week's episode of the Rap Life Review.